guys, Goose here. We're going to be talking about pretty specific subject today, and this is all about Telecaster bridge plates and saddles. And this really is just a video just in case you've often wondered if at all you should change the bridge or the saddles on your Telecaster, your beloved Telecaster. And as you know, on this channel we love the Telecaster. So let's just look at this one first. This is my beautiful Blackguard Tele, and I've got some brass saddles made by Glendale on this one. So originally this had fender compensated. Well, originally it had Gotohs, then it had fender compensated, and then now it's got Glendale's, and it's always had brass saddles on here. But and it's got the bridge plate is a Gotoh standard steel bridge plate. Now I don't know if you can see this. This is the edge here of this bridge plate. It's quite thick. So this is not really like the original 50s Blackguard bridge plate, which would have been quite thin metal. More like tin, I guess. I don't know if you call it tin, but it's cold rolled steel, they call it, I think. But it's quite thin. So that's going to have a big effect on the tone. This is a fatter bridge plate, which a lot of companies sort of make this. Even Callahan, I think it's not thin. I think it's sort of like this Gotoh one, and it makes a tone. I know it sounds crazy, but it makes a tone thicker. Now that's not like the original, because the original obviously has a thinner bridge plate. So even on the back pickup here, which is a Dolmare pickup, it's quite a thick tone. With overdrive it's really nice. Turn it up a bit. It never gets shrill because it's got this fatter sort of more chunky bridge plate on it, which is really nice. And these Glendale saddles, if you can see that, they're compensated. So these are some of the best ones, because it means that you can have these close together, and because some of these compensated saddles push each other apart because they're not sort of designed to be in line like the Glendales are. But many companies do this, Callahan, Fender. So you need to think, I'm not saying Glendale are the best, I bought these. But for example, the Fender, as far as I know, the Fender saddles are made on the original machinery that they made in the 50s and 60s, as far as I know. I might be wrong here. So I'm not saying anything is better than Fender, but these Glendales really, really do sound nice, and they're the proper brass saddles. The bridge plate, I think I'm going to have to change on this guitar, because the neck sort of sound on here is a little bit muddy compared to much more sort of shrill sound you get from a thinner bass plate. So that's just something you want to maybe think about. But all in all, this guitar does sound pretty good with these Glendale saddles. It was a big improvement over the Gotoh standard saddles, which are very, very good. I mean, I must say, Gotoh bridge plate, which is just a Gotoh bridge, but the Gotoh bridge plate and saddles is very high quality, So it's got a great, very responsive guitar. Really nice in between position again. So that really has something to do with getting some good saddles. The saddles are really going to improve your sound. Just get some good quality brass saddles. I think that if you're going to choose between steel saddles and brass saddles, the brass saddles are more mellow. They're more mellow sound. So let's check out another guitar, this time with some steel saddles. Okay, so this guitar here kind of has the opposite of the other guitar. What we got here, we've got this is a stainless steel Glendale bridge plate, and these are, as far as I'm aware, these are Gotoh Japanese steel 60s style saddles. So this is going to be very bright. This is going to be a very, very bright sound. As you can hear, that middle sort of, these are saying more Duncan Antiquities, but this neck pickup, in my opinion, I don't know if this is going to come across, it's a lot more high end. You can really hear it when I'm sort of playing in between these two. It's much, much more. Now the reason is, this here is a Glendale stainless steel. So this is not cold rolled steel. So in the 1950s, as far as I'm aware, the type of metal was called cold rolled steel. This is, however, it's stainless steel. And this gives a bit more brightness, okay? Along with the steel saddles, okay? So you can just see these steel saddles, which were used in the 60s. You've got a very bright guitar. So we're going to be on the back pickup now. It's a little bit more harsh tone, you know? So really I'm kind of reaching for this tone knob here, because these saddles are steel, and this is a thinner. This is actually more like an original Fender from the 60s. It's got a thinner bass plate, so it's much more like the original ones, rather than the Gotoh that I just showed you there. So I'm really inclined to just use that tone there, just to dampen out those highs. But when it does, it's nice because you get all that chiminess. There's a lot of chime. You can really hear that again with that neck pickup. If you want a chimey, if your guitar's a little bit dull and it's not chimey, you want more high end, then you want to get the steel saddles and maybe a stainless steel thinner style bridge plate. Might be something you want to check out. So let's have a look at another combination this time. So this guitar here, on this guitar I've changed both to Glendale. Again, I'm not advertising Glendale at all. I just like Glendale because they do the original. This is now a cold rolled steel bridge plate, which really should be on the Blackguard. Actually, I might do that, change that over after this video, in fact. But this here is thin, like the original 50s, and the actual type of metal is also like the 50s metal, which is cold rolled steel. So this is basically an early 50s bridge plate. But this time we've got the Glendale Steel saddle. So we've got a combination of this 50s style bridge plate, nice and thin, like it should be, with the steel 60s style saddles. So, on this guitar here, which is really essentially a 69 style Thinline, in one respect I should be having steel saddles and maybe the later style or metal composition of the 60s bridge plate. But what it is, guys, is that cold rolled steel. It gives you twang, but it's not too harsh. So this stainless steel, a little bit harsher. The stainless steel's got a bit more harshness to this bridge plate, whereas this one it's a bit more mellow. So you've got lots of twang, but it's a more mellow twang, By the way, this has got like flat wound strings on it, so it's a different sort of tone. gets harsh again because of this guitar was sounding a little bit harsh, but I put that older style bridge plate on, and we've got the highs there, but it's a little bit, it's not so harsh as the green guitar I just showed you. And this is a great sort of mellow, nice guitar for playing some jazzy blues. Yeah, it's got that, and you've also got the twang as well. Volume up. So I'm going flat out here. So again, you've got nice bit of twang. It's never going to get too harsh. It's never going to get that, you know, that really picky sort of more 60s. You know, a lot of those 60s Telecasters can sound really, really high, you know. But this 50s style bridge plate, I think, with the in combination here with the steel saddles, because the steel saddles is a kind of a 60s thing, I really, really like the tone of this combination, you know. So really, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a demo of my thoughts about different bridge plates and saddles. I would say if your game is to try and get a Blackguard tone, then you really want the brass saddles and a cold rolled steel original thin base plate. If what you want is more of a 60s style, then it depends on the guitar. If the guitar is really bright, I would go for the same 50s style bridge plate and try the steel saddles. If the guitar is still very harsh, you might want to actually go to complete 50s and put a 50s bridge on it and a 50s brass saddles, because the brass saddles are going to take away all that harshness, you know. The steel saddles can be a little bit bright and a bit harsh, but it works on this guitar, and the steel saddles work on this guitar. So you just really have to listen to the guitar's voice and think, is it a very bright guitar, or do I want to mellow this guitar out? And your brass saddles are going to be your best friend if you want to just mellow that guitar tone out and maybe have more of a thicker tone. So just something to think about, guys. If your guitar's not sounding the way it should be, maybe it's the saddles, maybe it's a bridge plate that you can change, not just the pickups. So just something to think about. Okay, till the next video, take care guys, bye.